Yeah, I mean, this is only the second time that I've ever been directed by a woman, and it's really wonderful to have a female perspective on set, but certainly from someone in a position of power on set. But I can't say it really makes that much of a difference in terms of the skills of the director. She has them just the same as the male directors that I've worked with in the past. It's not like radically different, but it is just reassuring to kind of have that female energy on set. I don't really know. It's always been just this very male-dominated world, and I'm not really 100% sure why. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I really hope it changes, particularly in the department of writing, because that's what really makes the difference. If we can have stronger female roles, a strong female role could be directed just as well by a female director or a male director, as far as I'm concerned. Lots of the time, the men are kind of given these very complex, interesting journeys, character arcs, and the women just don't get that level of interest and input into their story, their journey, and it's very disappointing and it's very frustrating as an actress. And as I said, I really think that will change from having more female writers. Because I find the term girl demeaning at nearly 40. I'm 40 this year, and I think, I've earned the title woman. And I think also, given the cast that we had in Spectre in particular, with Monica Bellucci in her 50s, Lea Seydoux in her 30s, I think we certainly have earned the title as women. I don't necessarily feel a responsibility to raise awareness about it, but I certainly feel a responsibility to make sure that my choices reflect Black women in particular in a positive light, and that I'm moving that debate forward in a positive direction. That really is important to me. I rather like to engage with the debate through actions rather than kind of, saying, isn't it depressing that X, Y, and Z is happening and that we need more diversity. I just rather do roles like Our Kind of Traitor, because, Our Kind of Traitor was colourblind casting. They wanted an actress of any ethnicity for it, and they just chose the person who they thought inhabited the qualities best for Gail. And I think that really moves things forward, and that's what I'm all about. Well, I have experienced it quite a lot in my career, and I feel as though it's happening more and more. So I think that there are exciting changes. And I also like to celebrate the positive steps, changes that have happened in film, rather than always focusing on the negative as well. I think it's very important to say that there are far more Black actresses in the industry who are able to get work and really fantastic roles. Look at something like Scandal, for instance, which is one of the top-rated TV shows in the US and probably around the world, with Kerry Washington at the helm. Look at, Zoe Saldana and the extraordinary work she's done. Look at Viola Davis. There are so many successful actresses, and I think if you went back even 5 years ago, those actresses would not be able to do as well as they're doing now. So there have been real changes, and I think let's celebrate those, and also let's look forward. That I think moves the debate further forward than always kind of banging on about the negative aspects. Shonda Rhimes has been a big part of it in terms of, developing Scandal and, how to get away with murder as well for Viola Davis. So, you need, it comes back to what I was saying before about you need writers who really make the difference. Because once you have great material, nobody can deny that, yes, this is great material. They can't refuse to finance it. And also, once it's financed, then what you realize is that people have an appetite for it. I think for a long time, people said, well, you can't have a black lead because people won't watch it. And now you have great shows like Empire, and people are watching it in droves. It's one of the highest rated shows on TV at the moment. And so it proves to, the money men, who are really just concerned ultimately with viewing figures, that is possible. It's possible to make money in that way. And the audience really, if you feed them on a diverse diet, they will eat it and they will enjoy it. So you can really influence the consumer much more, I think, than people realize.